let me just sort of ask you a political economic question. I think the Biden administration is banking, they're trying to sell people on Bidenomics, and they're telling people that everything is great. And so but the beautiful, if you're them, the question, the sort of the thought that I have is they're banking on things getting better by, say, next July, August, when people are really thinking about the vote and the election. If you were looking into a crystal ball based on what you're seeing right now with interest rates and all the other stuff that's happening, what would your guess be where we are next August?
Well, one of the real drivers of GDP, of economic growth in this country is consumer spending. So I always try and look at where the consumer is, because when I ran CKE restaurants, that was obviously a big factor for us. So it's something I've been looking at for a long time. And I've really never seen the consumer in more trouble than they're in today. You're talking about people being unable to pay, 56% of Americans unable to pay a $400 surprise expense off with cash. You've got another 56% that are living paycheck to paycheck. And then you've got inflation up 17% since Biden took office, while wages are only up 13%. Well, do the math. If you're living paycheck to paycheck and prices are up 17%, but your paycheck's only up 13%, that means you're going to have to borrow money. You're going to have to go to your credit cards, maybe your 401k plan. And with credit card debt, that's now up over $1 trillion. It's never been over $1 trillion before. This is the first time ever. And they're paying interest rates. It's not what you're hearing about with the Fed, the 5.4% federal funds rate. They're paying between 15 and 22%. So you've seen interest payments for individuals. I just looked this up before the call. Interest payments for individuals were $500 billion in July. That's up from $250 billion when Biden took office. So they basically doubled. If you look at the last 7 months, Americans have paid $3.3 trillion in interest. That's up 80% since 2021. So you've really got a country where people are in serious economic trouble. Consumers continue to spend, but they're borrowing to spend. Personal debt is way up. They're using their credit cards. 401k plans, the distressed cashing in of 401k plans was up 36% in second quarter of this year versus second quarter of last year. So people are pulling out all the stops to try and meet their bills, pay their bills, provide for their families. We're spending ourselves into incredible debt, and interest rates continue to go up.